Is there a way that we could tell that he's not loyal?
A way that he's not loyal?
Yeah, if he was not loyal, is there a way to find out?
Yeah, probably. Uh, you're almost in the shade, but not quite.
Almost. Yeah, I'm planning for the future.
You want it to be, yes,
Um.
good lighting, I guess.
Yeah,
Come here, Barend.
and I have dog treats, and I can't eat all these myself.
Yeah, he would eat one probably.
Okay, cool.
Or he might. I just never know with him.
They have 100% success rate so far with other doggies. So
There you go.
as far as them liking it. So are you okay if I record?
Sure.
Okay. What's your doggie's name?
Barend.
Barend?
Barend.
Barend.
Yeah.
Hey Barend. Want a dog treat? Come here, Barend. Right.
Can he be here? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
All right.
Okay. And what was your name? Your first
Steve.
name?
Steve.
Steve? Steve?
Yeah.
Good to meet you, Steve. My name's David.
David. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You guys live stream? You guys live stream?
Yeah, we're doing a YouTube video, but we're not live streaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just recording.
Oh, that's cool. What's the channel?
Sound Epistemology.
Oh yeah.
Here. I'll give you a QR code.
Oh, imagine that. Send that to me, picture.
Did you get it?
Yeah, it's loading.
That's cool. What do you guys do?
So you said you
Um,
trivia?
What's that?
You said you trivia?
No, epistemology.
Oh,
and
epistemology.
I'm just starting with an interview here, so you can share that. And if you make it around the lake, we can do an interview with you if you'd like.
So wait, what is the interview about though?
Epistemology.
So what
which
is epistemology?
The theory of knowledge, how we know what we know.
Okay.
So you present a conclusion that
Okay.
you think it's true, that affects your behavior, that's meaningful. And I ask questions from a neutral perspective that explores how you got there and what supports your confidence.
So I'm at a neutral perspective. So that'd be fun.
So you would bring something that you're not neutral about.
Okay.
Okay.
So something that you're confident is true about the world that we
Just
share.
anything?
Okay. Like so like aliens
And you
are
give
real,
an
like-
objective opinion about it.
No, I ask you questions so that both of us can explore
Oh no.
how you arrived at it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. We'll take a lap and we'll come
Cool.
back.
Awesome.
That's actually
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So, first name Steve. Okay, and so, yeah. So basically, if you want to choose something that is meaningful to you, usually the conversation is more meaningful the more meaningful the conclusion that we're exploring. And it's something that
Okay.
you've come to know to be factually accurate about the world that we share. And hopefully it affects your behavior.
Okay. Factually accurate.
Yeah.
So something I know to be true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I would say since I got my dog in my lap, I know that he trusts me and is loyal to me and trusting of me.
Okay. Okay. Your dog is loyal and trusts
And
you.
he trusts me, yeah.
Okay. Out of those two, which one do you think is most apparent?
I would say he's loyal to me.
Loyal?
Yeah,
Loyal?
loyal,
Okay.
yes.
And what's your spell your dog's name again?
Barend, Barend.
Barend.
Yeah.
Okay. How did Barend get that name?
So my ex-wife and I were looking for a schnauzer, and we were just brainstorming names and for a dog, And one of the ones I liked was Ursula.
Ursula.
I thought Ursula's a cool name. And then she found him actually on a breeder's website, and of course he was a boy, right?
So
And,
no Ursula.
So the male version of Ursula is Barend.
Oh, okay. As far as what it means?
Basically,
Okay.
it means bear.
Bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty appropriate name. Kind of looks like a little teddy bear.
Yeah.
Bear. Okay. Okay. So Barend is loyal to you.
Yes.
Okay. Generally speaking, on like a scale from 0 to 100, what percentage of your conclusions about the world that we share would you prefer to be accurate?
Of my conclusions.
Yeah. How
Well, at
important is
least-
it for you to be believing true things? Is another way to ask.
Oh, probably at least I would say 80%.
80?
Yeah.
80% of your conclusions
general?
you want to be true?
Yeah, unless it's like a life-threatening issue,
Okay.
then you want it to be 100%, or in the high 90s. If you made a decision and it's life-threatening,
Okay.
or it could be, you know what I mean?
So the less life-threatening it is, the less you're concerned with your conclusions being accurate. Would that be? Is that accurate to say?
Well, that would be a higher priority, yes. But still, in general, I think if you were 80% correct, at least most of the time, an overwhelming majority of the time, then you're probably functioning okay,
Okay.
right?
And this is your preference. I just wanted to be clear about that. This is
Yeah.
this is the percentage of the conclusions that you hold about the world you'd prefer to be accurate, and you're saying 80.
80%.
Okay. And that's because some have high priority than others. That's why you're at 80 for that.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't want to have beliefs that are incorrect as a majority of your existence.
Yeah.
Because then if you did, then you're probably not going to make good decisions.
Okay.
In the world you're in.
And 20% is what you're saying you're fine with?
I mean, you're not going to be accurate 100% of the time.
Right. We're talking
So
about your
that-
preference, though.
Yeah.
Not whether they're accurate or not. Your preference.
Oh. Well, your preference would be 100%.
Okay.
You'd want to be 100% correct.
Okay.
But realistically, I'm thinking that I'm probably correct
Yeah.
80% of the time.
Yeah, this question doesn't really have much to do with what's actually happening, but
Okay.
more about what you would prefer.
Okay, I'd prefer.
Like in a
100%.
perfect world, if
Right.
you had your preference, so
You want to
you're
be
at
perfect.
100.
Yeah, you want to bet 100%.
Okay. I'm uh I have a hard time with that question because like the more I explain it, the more people finally like understand I think what I'm asking. And do you have any suggestions on how to reword now that you understand the question?
Um,
And I like it's kind of clumsy for me that the way I asked it, and I was curious if you maybe you can send it to me at my channel or something. You can think about it. But
I would just say maybe something like give an example or couch it like, well, we all know that we're probably not right all the time, right? And then if I would agree, yes, probably true. And then say, there's probably some margin of error. Maybe sometimes you're not correct. But if you had a preference, what would you want to be correct? Then it would say, yeah,
if you had a
100%.
preference,
If you could, would you want what percent would you want to be correct?
yeah.
I think maybe I misunderstood at first myself, where I thought maybe I thought about it too much.
Okay. Yeah, what happens sometimes is people think I'm asking how many of your conclusions do you expect to be correct?
That's what I thought
Yeah.
initially.
And it's more about like the preference. Like
Right.
how important is it for you to be believing true things? Like on a scale from 0 to 100. So anyway, I guess
Okay.
I'm open for feedback about how I could reword the questions if you think of a better way.
Okay.
Cool. So on that scale, you'd be 100. All right. On this claim here, Barend is loyal to me. On a scale from 0 to 100, how confident do you think that that's actually true?
How confident?
0 to 100.
Oh, if someone else comes along with a steak and a salmon and gives them a good place to sleep and takes care of them just the same way I do, you have a little bit of a question in your mind, right? But I know I do what he needs. I take care of him very well,
Uh-huh.
so I know he's loyal to me. It doesn't mean he wouldn't be. It's not mutually exclusive. Like he might be loyal to someone else too, but for me, I'd say 99%.
99.
He's loyal to me, but not necessarily exclusively, if that makes sense.
Got it.
Fine.
Okay. He's loyal to you, but you're leaving room for, in certain circumstances where somebody else has, salmon or whatever at the ready. It could be that
Sure.
he may at least temporarily lose loyalty to you
Sure.
for other
He might say,
things.
"Oh, you're okay over there. I gotta go check this out." It's,
What about these? What about the dog treats? With
person with smoked duck over here or whatever?
with the dog treats, he was kind of
He was kind
maybe
of iffy
questioning.
on those.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like that would be much of a like he wouldn't lose his loyalty to you over me
No.
giving him dog treats. Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. So, what is the main reason that supports your 99% confidence in that conclusion being true?
The main reason.
Like, if you had one reason that supported this the most, if we took that reason away,
Yeah.
would cause your confidence to drop the most, what would that reason be?
Yeah. So if I'm in public in a public area, like a hiking trail or here at the park or in town somewhere, and it's a little bit more difficult now that he's older because he doesn't see as well. But he will basically stay with me even if I don't have him on a leash. And if he goes ahead to check something out, he comes back to me. He's checking on me to make sure I'm still there. And when we used to do like a lot of hikes and go on trails, he'd go down a side trail and he'd always come back. And I didn't have him on a leash a lot of the time. So that's the feeling I got, that he knows he's with me and he's loyal to staying with me, you know. He's not just running off and, you know, I'm gonna go somewhere else, and I don't really care about being with you, you know.
Mm-hmm. So the main reason is like experiences where he probably could have been distracted and ran off. It was pretty clear to him that he was with you in this kind of party, in like this kind of team or family type
Yeah, and
thing.
he would always come back. Like you know, he might chase after a squirrel. He might chase a deer.
Okay.
But then it's like he doesn't just forget me or go somewhere else or continue chasing stuff. He checks back and comes back to me, right?
He always comes back.
Always came back,
Okay.
and then when we get home, he's always happy to be home, and I mean, I can tell, like I can tell that he's happy, you know, because he's like bouncing around the yard and running up to me, and he's like breathing fast, kind of like that, you know, like he's happy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so
Okay. That's cool. I dig that.
mhm.
How much does this conclusion affect your behavior? Like, what percentage of your behavior is affected by this conclusion? 0 to 100.
On a percentage. Well, I would be loyal to him, even if he wasn't. Like even if he didn't understand it, because we should be at a higher level of evolution than a dog. So I would still take care of him and uh, do everything that he needed and then more. Even if he seemed to not understand it or didn't seem loyal.
Mm.
But I think it just makes it more satisfying as a human that the dog really seems like they want to be with you. So I would say, so the question is like, what
percentage of your
change
behavior is
my
affected
behavior?
by this conclusion? In other words, I guess with what you were just saying, if you were convinced that Barend was not loyal, would that have any effect on your behavior?
It would some, yeah. So I would say I would still do like probably 90% of what I do anyway, even if he wasn't loyal. But I'm like 100%. So it's like 10% more, let's say.
Okay.
Sorry.
So it sounds like it's only 10% of your behavior is affected by this being true.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Okay. So
Right.
it doesn't affect your behavior very much.
Yeah,
Sounds like.
because like I said, I would, you know, I chose him to be with me, and I'm loyal to him, even if he wasn't loyal to me, you know.
Okay. How much does this reason, oh, he always comes back, how much of that supports your confidence that the conclusion is true? You have this
Say again.
reason. You have this reason.
Like, you mean, is there other reasons?
Yeah, if there are other reasons, how much does this one weigh?
I'd have to really think, you know, like what other ways that he proves that he's loyal to me. I mean, I would, That was the first one that came in my head, and I actually think it was a pretty strong feeling on that.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, that's probably 50% of the conclusion. It's probably a good 50% of the conclusion.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's probably some other things I would think of that maybe add up to the other 50%.
Got it. Okay. Um, how likely could somebody use this reason and arrive at a false conclusion?
How likely is it?
Yeah. How likely could
In other words, like maybe I have food in my pocket and I don't realize it, and it only comes back to me because I have food in my pocket. It has nothing to do with being loyal. It's just that I have food on me.
right, right. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Um, another way to look at it is think of somebody that that you get a lot of inspiration from. It could be like a mentor or a teacher you used to have, or a celebrity or an athlete or like a politician or something like that. Somebody that brings you inspiration. If they were to walk up and say, um, "Your dog doesn't always come back to you," or your dog is not loyal to you, and the reason is because he always comes back. Could somebody use that reason to arrive at a false conclusion?
that kind of confused me a little bit, but
Sorry.
no,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, that would be the opposite of being loyal. So, but I mean, uh, uh, you know, it'd be foolish to think it's 100% correct. So he could be coming back for another reason. He could be coming back because he's lost, or he just uh, has anxiety, doesn't know what to do on his own. But it may not mean that he's loyal to me necessarily.
Mm.
But maybe I like to think that he is.
Okay.
So I think I have a, I guess if you're asking me what my confidence level in that is,
I guess what's your confidence in this reason being a good reason to come to conclusions, or to that conclusion specifically?
it's almost like I was giving you reasons to not be confident. um,
Yeah, like
I
how
think
reliable is this reason? How sufficient is this reason to come to conclusions?
I'm gonna say 75%.
Okay, gotcha. Couple more questions. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How is there a way to test this conclusion to see if it's true?
Oh, to see if he's loyal, to test if he comes back or test if he's loyal.
Test to see if he's loyal. Is there a way to test this conclusion to see if it's true?
I imagine, like you could take him over there in the park, but like I said, he's 15 now, almost 15, so I've noticed where he doesn't really see me from that far away now.
Oh, okay.
But like if you took him, there's maybe a couple ways. Like if you took him for a walk, if he won't go and he refuses to move without me, that's one way, because he has done that before.
That would be a test that confirmed this conclusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Or if I went in, let's say we were walking around here and I went in the bathroom, he would basically stop and he waits till I come back out. Like if he's with a friend or someone else, he's not going to be continuing on. He's going to sit and he's going to wait. He's going to wait there until I come out.
And these are all demonstrations of his loyalty.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, could he be loyal and not do that stuff?
To be loyal and not do that?
Could he come back to you if he saw you, uh, and or could he not do that and still be loyal? Could he not wait outside the restroom and still be loyal?
I suppose that's possible temporarily. You know, if he was maybe distracted and continued on. But I think still eventually, within pretty short time, he would be looking for me, like I said originally. Like if he was on a trail or whatnot, he would always come back.
Okay.
So I think that's what would happen. He might continue with the person for a little bit, but he's probably not going to go more than 20 yards away.
Okay. Is there a way that we could tell that he's not loyal?
A way that he's not loyal?
Yeah, if he was not loyal, is there a way to find out?
Yeah, probably. So if I just put him down, let's say, and I just let him stand here on his own, and then I walk, like if I walk that way, if he doesn't either follow me or come that way, then I would, if he went that way, you know, in the opposite direction, then I would say that dog's probably not loyal to that person.
Okay. Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It sounds like you have ways that would raise and lower your confidence in the conclusion just by the examples you've given me. Is there anything else you want to say about that? Like ways that would either raise or lower your confidence in this conclusion? So like what would take you to 100? From 99, what would increase your confidence?
What was that question?
Your conclusion and the claim being true. You're at 99% confidence about that. What would take you from 99 to 100?
Yeah, I forget what that question was.
Where you got the 99, you mean?
Yeah.
The 99 is your confidence that Barend is loyal to you.
Mm-hmm.
Barend is loyal to me is the conclusion.
Oh.
You're 99% confident
That's right.
that's true.
That's right. I was leaving out a little bit of a chance that someone else came along and treated him even better than me and has like steak and salmon and
Yeah.
and whatever he wants and lets him do whatever he wants. You know, then okay, he might be loyal to that person as well, or have more of an affinity to follow them. But I don't think it's a mutually exclusive thing, because I know when I was married, he would be with my wife too, and he's loyal to her, so it's not mutually exclusive.
He could be loyal to you and to somebody else
at the same time.
That could give him the equivalent of what you're giving him as far as food and attention.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's in
Okay.
probability or statistics, that's what that means. It's not mutually exclusive.
So if it was mutually exclusive, would that raise your confidence?
And maybe I mixed up the term too on that.
If you were convinced somehow that he could only be loyal to one person, and he gave signs that he was loyal to you,
Okay.
and you're the only person that he could possibly be loyal to, would that raise your confidence from 99 to 100? Because it sounds like that's what's keeping you from being 100, right? The mutual exclusivity.
Yeah. That, and I guess there's always a thought that there could be something better.
You're leaving
there
room.
could
You're
there could
leaving.
be something better than what I do. I mean, I pretty much spoil him, but there could be someone who's better, and he says, it was nice knowing you."
So you're always leaving a chance.
I'm gonna
to
leave a
maybe
little bit of
be-
a chance that maybe there's greener grass somewhere else. for
Okay.
him.
What would lower it? Like, what would lower your confidence the most? What would have to happen for you to?
My confidence in my theory.
Yeah, your confidence that Barend is loyal to you. What would bring it down the most? What would have to happen?
Well, basically the opposite of my indicators or my metrics that I've come up with.
Yeah, yeah.
The opposite.
We were talking about the
I'm on a
restaurant,
trail.
so-
I'm on a trail and I have him off leash and he goes missing
Mhm.
for all day or a couple days and I can't find him. Then
Then your confidence would drop.
I would be like, I don't know what happened. He saw me and then I watched him and he went the other way.
Okay.
Or if I came out the bathroom and the person that was with me was walking him and said, I don't know why, but he didn't even stop. He just kept going and you're halfway around the lake before I caught up to you. And then my confidence in that whole theory would be like, wow, I guess I'm not too important.
Mhm. Well, just so you know, I don't see any of that happening. Seems pretty happy right now. Do you have any questions for me? That's pretty much all my questions for you.
That's all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really.
I mean, I can come up with other questions, but did any of this have any effect on your confidence?
Um,
That's not necessarily a goal,
not
but
not
it's just kind of a feedback question.
doesn't affect my confidence, but the one where I put 10% was kind of something I really hadn't thought about, where I would still be loyal to him with a 90% confidence level, no matter what he did.
Yeah.
And I think it just makes it more enjoyable or a happy kind of a situation that where if your dog is loyal to you too,
Yeah.
or he gives you indicators that he enjoys being with you, you know.
But it sounds like it doesn't really matter that much.
Depends on the person, but for me,
Yeah.
I was committed to him. You know, I took on a responsibility of taking care of him,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
you know, because you don't know when you get a little puppy, you don't know what they're going to be like.
Mhm.
You don't know what they're going to do. But it's just, you know, when I think over time, he knows that's my pack.
Mhm.
That's this person is my pack.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's probably why people like having dogs so much, because they give you that back instead of being kind of clueless.
That feeling of being part of a group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's all I got.
All right.
Are you okay if this goes on YouTube?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Again, the channel is Sound Epistemology.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I have quite a few conversations already up, and then some that I'm still working on getting up there too. So
All right. Maybe you'll be famous, Barend.
that's right. Yeah. It's like I want to say at least 50% of my chats are with folks with dogs. That's why I don't have a dog.
Oh yeah. Oh
But ended up getting dog treats because of all the dogs that I always see. So it's
yeah.
kind of nice to have some for them too.
I'm curious to test. I'm actually curious to test the theory that we were thinking.
Well,
That if I just kind of left him, would he follow me? And you can see, I'll just let him sit there and I'll walk that way and see what he does. I know he would normally, but I mean, At his age, I don't know if he sees me more than 10 feet away.
Well, you can imagine how this kind of conversation, if we were to talk about
Oh, there he goes.
maybe something that someone might attach their identity to, or like a political view,
Uh-huh.
if you kind of you can ask the same exact questions if you're interested, and if they're interested in whether their confidence in the conclusion being true matches the the sufficiency of the reasons that they're using.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm pretty neutral on politics. I'm like a center person. I guess that's maybe libertarian. So I try to not. To me, that stuff doesn't really interest me too much.
yeah, it's all kind of messed up.
It's messed up right now, a lot. So
Yeah, I can understand that for sure.
he does like it. Let's see if that theory works. Thanks, David.
Thank you. Thanks so much for stopping. That was really fun. That's a pretty unique one.
Cool. We'll
If you see me again, we can have another chat.
all right.
Pick something else that you're pretty confident in, that is meaningful to you, and yeah, that'll be
Alright.
fun.
All right. Thank you.
Fist bump. Awesome.
Yeah.
Have a good rest of the day.
You too.
It's really coming down. Do you have something in mind?
Let's see if this works.
Okay.
Just make sure there's no really big dogs around.
It's really coming down.
Okay. I'm gonna let him do. He's going that way. Where should I go?
Looks pretty loyal.
I think so. See if I go over this way.
Well, just as I said that,
Right?
there he goes.